I thought I'd share with you a typical schooling session with Cassie, as she doesn't get too much attention on our YouTube channel. We start every session with a relaxed long rein walk on both reins, really trying to encourage her to stretch her head and neck down. We then do the same in trot, trying to maintain that same frame, trying to get her nose as low as I possibly can, which is quite hard to do. Her instinct is to lift her head up. And finally, in our warm-up, we do the same thing in canter, just keeping everything super relaxed, encouraging Cassie to carry herself and stretch out. We'll do the canter on both reins. I've shown the transitions there to show that they are really far, far from perfect, and transitions are always the hardest part. Once she's warmed up, we start on our lateral work. In this exercise, I'm working on a 20-metre circle and just trying to bring her shoulders in off the track on that circle, so a little bit of shoulder in on the circle. Ideally, Cassie would be supple and relaxed through this exercise, but as you can see, tension starts to creep in as she crawls along. Once we've done the exercise on the 20-metre circle on both reins, I then start to try the shoulder in on the long side. You'll notice that lots of the lateral work I do in walk. That's because my brain can only just keep up doing it in walk, so I daren't advance much beyond that for the meantime. Whilst I'm doing this exercise, I can hear my trainer's voice in my head telling me to keep my inside leg on the girth, my outside leg back. I can move my hands across her neck if it helps her bend. Obviously, like with everything else, we do this on both reins. She's slightly better here to the right. I take the occasional break from the lateral work to have a go at some of the other exercises we've been trying. This is our rein back, really trying just to ask her with my legs. You can see I have a contact on the reins, but I'm not pulling on the reins at all. Using my voice as well to ask her to go backwards and then to ask her to stop at the end of the movement. I'm actually really pleased with how this is coming along. We do practice it a couple of times every session. Even though I find it much harder, I do of course have to practice these exercises in trot or in a very slow crawl, as you can see here, but we are getting there. I am purposefully doing a tiny weeny trot with her. Riding the very small trot not only gives me additional thinking time, but it helps sit her onto her haunches so she's not leaning onto the forehand quite as much as she would like to. We have got a lot of room for improvement on these exercises, but we are out there and we are trying, and that's what counts, isn't it? The next exercise is a little bit of work on leg yielding. So to do my leg yield down the 3/4 line, I prepare her with about a 10-metre circle at A or C in this circumstance. And then I'm just asking her to go over, but I try to stop her before we hit the track so that she doesn't drift to the track of her own accord. As you can see here, I massively failed. We finish every session with a nice stretchy bit of walk work. I quite often, when I'm riding at home, will go for a little hack up and down the lane just to make sure she has fully stretched off all her muscles she's been using.